Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Christian Ballard, sports journalist here with the voice of college football, Mississippi State Live, our third edition. Hope everyone's doing great. Sorry we are a few minutes late today. Just trying to get a couple things ready and situated, but we're here, episode 3 of Mississippi State Bulldogs Live. Appreciate everyone for tuning in today. Wanted to talk today about just how good Blake Shapen can actually be at quarterback for the Mississippi State Bulldogs. You know, I am of the belief, much like any other college football fan, that it starts with leadership. It starts with the head coach. It starts with the offense. I believe we're in an offensive era for college football today. That's where it starts. And I think it's gotta start with especially the quarterback. You know, someone's gotta throw the ball, someone's gotta be in command, someone's gotta just really put it on the field and lead, you know? Uh, I wanna talk about that. We also talk about media days if you want to. Won't be on too long here, but, you know, I feel like Mississippi State is not in a position where you say, "Oh, we're a quarterback away." I feel like you're a couple quarterbacks away. You're not, like, many miles out, but you're not one player away from relevancy. It's not like that. It's just not. So, that's part of what I wanted to talk about today. Plus, we're a week away from SEC Media Days, which I know it's not the biggest thing in the world, but it is always fun, at least to me, simply for the fact of, you know, Uh, I would say it's really fun to watch. It's fun to hear the coaches get together, answer questions from different types of media. I mean, it's not like, Mississippi State's going to have Jeff Levy answer from just Mississippi State people. And you'll probably have some AL.com in there from Auburn and Alabama, and maybe 247 Gators or something. I'm just throwing out examples. You get all these different SEC media members together to ask a coach a simple question, whatever it is, whatever it might be. So, but yeah, I am looking forward to SEC media days. I always look forward to it. I feel like with media days, it's like the start of the football season. You know, like I can get the fans out there that say it's just boring, it's just asking questions. Okay, makes sense. I get that. It means that we're getting close though. I mean, it's July 7th. Next week will be practically in the middle of July. And everything's just lining up for college football. I'm looking forward to it. Davis Wade Stadium for Mississippi State. It's going to be rocking. It's going to be fun to see. And a couple different good teams on the schedule. I'm curious most of all, like, just what the team's going to look like. I am convinced, like, Levy knows what he's doing as far as recruiting. I want to see him do something amazing on the field and that he can say, I know what I'm doing with everything for Mississippi State. That's what I want to be convinced of. That he can put together a team and win some football games. And it starts with quarterback. I mentioned Blake Shapen is the guy for Mississippi State, at least going into the season, we would think and hope. I mean, I look at last year, not his biggest year. In fact, last year was probably one of his lowest. Um, due to a shoulder injury that pretty much sidelined him for most of the year, if not all of it. He ended up with 974 yards and 8 touchdowns. Uh, he comes from Baylor. He has over 2,000 yards every single year, 22, 23. Then you had last year, double digit touchdowns for the Bears. So that's huge. He's a great talent, and he might be what they're missing there, for Mississippi State. They kick off at noon on August 30th at Southern Miss. Um, and I think the biggest question for me is how good, not just the team, but how good can Blake Shapen be? Is he what we think he is? Is he what he's made out to be? I mean, he has this injury, shoulder injury, and a lot of people, what I have heard on Blake Shapen is that he's going to be ready to go by the time the season kicks off. But he did break his silence and kind of come out and talk about, you know, his shoulder injury. Uh, he had said last week that he never did rehab for his arm. Um, he wasn't doing anything to really take care of it, but now he is. So he comes in, and he's a guy that has led Baylor to 7 or 8 wins on a consistent basis. The Bulldogs only won 2 games last year. Now Shapen comes in. You ask how good can he be? I think the sky's the limit. I'm not going to sit here and hype up a championship or anything, but I just think that for Mississippi State, he'll be as good as you need him to be. So So yeah, I I don't know really too much of what to expect from Mississippi State. I do think they're heading in the right direction. I like the guys they have, but yeah, I guess if we get to media days next week, like what's the biggest thing you want to ask Lebby and maybe even Blake Shapen or whoever ends up going? I haven't seen who is going to media days, but I mean, what would you ask Lebby? I mean, just you know, is he feeling pressure? That's what I would ask him. Yeah, is there pressure? You're in the SEC. You're coaching in the best conference, at least what you're made out to be. I believe SEC is the best conference. I've always believed that, but for the most part, like, is he feeling the pressure of being an SEC coach so far? Recruiting wise, portal wise, you get to it down on the field and everything like that. You really won't know until the season kicks off. So, anyway, but yeah, I would say I'm looking forward to the season. I think Mississippi State's going to have a big year. Like I said before, too, like 4 or 5 wins, if you could even get to that, the goal should be trying to hit a bowl game. We have looked at their schedule, we looked at recruiting and stuff. Everything lines up. Yeah, it's those building blocks this year with Levy. It's like those baby steps, you just kind of take it one at a time and you kind of hope for the best, see what you come up with this year, see what you can do. But yeah, anyway, anyway, I think that's probably gonna do it for today's edition. Appreciate you guys tuning in today. Appreciate you watching this back. Episode 4 next week. You guys ever have any suggestions? Let me know. What you want to see, what you want to hear us talk about, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Subscribe to the main channel, The Voice of College Football with Mark Rogers. Subscribe to all the channels: SEC, Alabama, Auburn. You know, if there's a college football team, 9 times out of 10, we pretty much got it covered for you. So here at the Voice of College Football. I love you guys. Christian Ballard signing off. We'll see you next time.